Good morning, students. Welcome back to chemistry classes. See, the previous lecture, that means in the 11th lecture, so we have solved problems on especially Heisenberg uncertainty principle. Okay, Heisenberg uncertainty principle. Now, and also just I given you concept of quantum mechanical model. Quantum mechanics deals with the wave nature of light. Okay, and also by studying quantum mechanics, one can come to know where within the wave packet electron is present. Right. So that is developed by actually Schrödinger wave equation. The Schrödinger wave equation in a Hamiltonian operator for one dimension in a simple manner. It is given by h psi is equal to E psi. Where h is called Hamiltonian operator and psi is an amplitude of wave function. And square of psi square represents electron probability density. Electron probability density. I already told you. Okay. And further in three coordinates, that Schrödinger wave equation I told you, it is just modified as. Once again I will repeat, that is Schrödinger wave equation in three-dimensional region. Initially it is given by h psi is equal to E psi. Okay, in three coordinates it is just del square psi by dou x square plus dou square psi by dou y square plus dou square psi by dou z square plus 8 pi square m by x square into E minus V into psi is equal to 0. This is called Schrödinger wave equation in the what? Three-dimensional region. Okay, that is only this Hamiltonian operator. Generally we will give it as h cap. Okay, this is called Hamiltonian operator. Hamiltonian operator. Please remember, students, Hamiltonian operator, and E is called energy of electron. Energy of electron. In a very simple manner. In the textbook it has been given, NCERT textbook, but in three-dimensional region it has been simplified to like this. It is resolved into x-axis, y-axis and z-axis in the three-dimensional space. This is the equation where m is mass of electron here, h is Planck's constant, pi is radian constant, E is the energy of electron and V is the potential energy. Remember, potential energy or potential difference, and psi amplitude of wave function. Right? Already I told you psi represents, what is the significance of psi? Amplitude of wave function. Right? Amplitude of wave function. Whereas psi square represents what? That is electron probability density. Electron probability. Okay, electron probability density. Means the probability of finding electron is maximum around the nucleus. As I told you in the last previous class only, it is about 95.95% out of 100. Okay. So that maximum probability of finding electron around the nucleus is called orbital. Remember. Okay. Right. Now in continuation, today I told you to discuss quantum numbers, very important. But before that, that's only just I will give information regarding this only. What I told you, this is Schrödinger wave equation in three-dimensional region or three-dimensional coordinate, x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. Okay. Now from this Schrödinger wave equation, three quantum numbers were derived. What are those? Three quantum numbers. Three quantum numbers are derived. Very important for CET purpose. Three quantum numbers are derived. What are those? that is N, L and M. N is called principal quantum number and L is called azimuthal quantum number. M is called magnetic quantum number. And repeat, N is principal quantum number, L is azimuthal quantum number and M is magnetic quantum number, students. Okay. Then question arises, sir, there are 4 quantum numbers. What are those? Principal quantum number small n, denoted as symbolically small n. Azimuthal quantum number small n. Magnetic quantum number small m. And like this, spin quantum number small s. But this spin quantum number is not derived from this Schrodinger wave equation. So that is derived from the spin states of electron. Okay, spin states of electron. I am using Voice method, but this is these are derived from this particular Schrodinger wave equation. Very important, very important for, that is what point to be noted for CET and NEET. Remember, CET and NEET. 3 quantum, what are those? They are derived from this Schrodinger wave equation. Only one which is not derived is what? Spin quantum number. That is you can get it from spin states of electron using Gauss method. Okay, Gauss magnetic method. Alright. Now in continuation, that's why now we will continue, we will study what? Quantum numbers. What are these quantum numbers and what is the significance of these quantum numbers? Right? Okay. Sometimes this question also we can ask for 2 mark students. Okay. Write the Schrodinger wave equation in 3-dimensional coordinates and indicate the terms involved. Then you have to write on this. Okay. Dou square psi by dou x square, dou square psi by dou y square plus dou square psi by dou z square plus 8 pi square m by h square into e minus v into psi is equal to 0. Right? Where psi represents amplitude of wave function, psi square represents electron probability density. That is finding electron maximum around the nucleus, which is called orbital, right? Okay, then amplitude of wave function, that will gives us what? Intensity of electromagnetic radiation or energy of electromagnetic radiations. And from this equation, see, Schrodinger has derived 3 important quantum numbers with which we can come to know so many information about the electrons, right? What are those? N, L, M, principal quantum number, azimuthal quantum number and magnetic quantum number. But spin quantum number is derived from the spin state of electron, right? Okay. Now moving on to next very important thing, that is quantum numbers. What are these quantum numbers and significance of quantum numbers? Next heading is quantum numbers. First question arises, what are quantum numbers? Simple student, what are quantum numbers? See, quantum numbers means, please remember students, set of numbers which indicates size, shape, okay, orientation, size, shape, orientation and spin of electron with relative to nucleus are called quantum numbers. Are called what? Quantum numbers. Right? What are quantum numbers, students? These are the set of numbers. What they indicate? They indicate the size, the shape, the orientation and spin of electron cloud with relative to nucleus or with respect to nucleus. Okay. And that means by studying these quantum numbers, after studying these quantum numbers, you will come to know where within the wave packet electron is revolving, whether it belongs to first shell and whether it belongs to S subshell or whether it belongs to d orbital, right? And also how it rotates around the nucleus, whether clockwise or anti-clockwise. That's what the numbers which indicates all this. That is what size, shape, orientation. Orientation means that is whether the electron will move towards x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. Okay, that is called orientation. And spin means rotating around the nucleus. Right. Let us, we'll go for what are those numbers. The first quantum number is called principal quantum number. Principal quantum number. Okay, denoted as n. Right? Okay. The principal quantum number denoted by n. This is also called first quantum number or prime quantum number. That's why principal only, not PLE. It is PAL only. Principal quantum number. Then azimuthal quantum number. Azimuthal quantum number. Azimuthal quantum number, that is L. Okay, and third, magnetic quantum number. Magnetic quantum number. Okay, magnetic quantum number, that is M. Okay, then fourth one, spin quantum number. Spin quantum number. Right, that is S, small s. Like this, four quantum numbers. First three are derived from Schrodinger wave equation and the last one from the spin state of electron. Please remember. Right. Now next part we have to understand what is the significance or importance of principal, azimuthal, magnetic as well as spin quantum numbers. Okay. Let us move one by one. And this question is very important for theory and it's one fixed question for 3 marks. If they ask you, write the significance of any two quantum numbers, you can write any two. Principal, azimuthal, magnetic or spin for 3 marks. Each carries 1.5 marks. Okay. If it is all, if they ask you all the importance of all the quantum numbers, then all the 4 you have to write and this will be for full 5 marks question. Right? Full big 5 marks question. And the maximum 4 or 5. 4 or 5. Only 2, 3 marks. Okay. Now let us go for understanding significance. And please students, I will tell you this principal quantum number is a very important basis for writing further electronic configuration of elements. Okay. Writing electronic configuration of elements and identifying orbital, which orbital, naming the orbital, right? And even very importantly, that is what by studying this we come to know the position of electron within the wave packet, where exactly electron is present in the atom, in the nucleus. Okay, right. Okay, let us, we'll study one by one the significances or the importance. Okay, after understanding definition and what are the quantum numbers, 4 quantum numbers, right? Now first, significance of quantum numbers. Okay, right. See students, now one by one I will tell you in detail. First is principal quantum number. Okay, this principal quantum number is denoted by small n. Symbolically it is denoted as n. Okay, right. I will tell you one by one. So this principal quantum number, what it indicates? Significance. First, See, it indicates shell to which electron enters. Okay, shell to which electron enters. For example, K shell, L shell, M shell, or N shell, or orbit to which electron enters. Remember. Secondly, it also indicates size of shell by measuring distance between nucleus and outermost orbit containing electron. Okay, second one, what it indicates? It indicates also even what? Size of shell and size of shell. How size, sir? That is by measuring distance between nucleus and outermost orbit containing electron, which is nothing but atomic radius. Simple. Okay, that is going to study where? In periodicity of elements. What is atomic radius? Distance between nucleus and outermost orbit containing electron is called radius. That means we will study size in terms of what? Radius, atomic radius. Point to be noted. Right. Next, third. It also indicates okay, the energy of shell as value of n increases, energy associated with the shells also increases. Okay, it also indicates what? Energy of shell. How? As the value of n increases, energy associated with the shell also increases. Right? So, if n is 1, indicated as K shell. Okay? So, maximum number of electrons in any shell is given by 2n square. Maximum number of electrons in any shell is given by 2n square. If you take value 2n square, then it will be 2 into 1 square, that is 2. Right? That is 1 S subcells are filled up. Then, if n is 2 L shell, okay, 2n square, 2 into 2 square, that is 2 into 4, that will be 8. 2s, 2p accordingly. If n is 3, okay, that is M shell. 2n square, 2 into 3 square, that is 18. Okay, here 3s, 3p, 3d orbitals are filled up. Then if n is 4, accordingly n shell. 2n square, 2 into 4 square, 16. That will be maximum 32. Here 4s, 4p, 4d and 4f orbitals. Okay. So this is the significance of principal quantum number n. Now, which is very, very, very important. Please students, try to remember. This is very basic for writing what? Electronic configuration of elements, and even in understanding rules controlling electronic configuration of elements. Okay. So, please once again I will repeat. If they ask it for 2 marks separately or for 3 marks, maximum it will be for 1.5 marks. You have to write all these points compulsorily. So what it indicates? Shell to which electron enters, and what it indicates also? size of cell. How? By measuring distance between nucleus and outermost orbit containing electron. And energy how? By measure. Once again, the energy, that means if n is 1, that is K shell is having lower energy. N is 2, L shell energy increases. 3, 4, 5, like this. As the value of n increases, energy associated with the shell also increases. That's why I told you in Bohr's model, n is equal to infinity, infinite energy levels are present. Okay, and maximum number of maximum number of electrons in any shell or orbit is given by quantum number rule. That is 2n square. That is nothing but this one. Okay, go on substituting the value of n. First shell only 1s orbital filled up. 2. Second shell, L shell 8, 3s 2p, because capacity of S is 2, p is 6, 2 plus 8, 6. Like this, SP D here, 3s 3p 3d, right? 2 into 3 square, that is 18. 2 into 4 square, maximum 32 in a L shell. K L M N, right? So that's what. This is the significance of first quantum number, that is called as what? Principal quantum number. Principal quantum number. Right? Okay. Now, after understanding the significance of first principal quantum number, that is first quantum number, prime quantum number, that's why first importance is given to this. That's why it is called principal quantum number. Okay, which is symbolically denoted as n. But remember, once again, maximum number of electrons in any shell is given by 2n square, that is 2n square, where n is orbit number or shell number to which electron enters. Right. Okay, now coming to next second one. After understanding first significance of the principal quantum number, let us move on to second one, that is very importantly azimuthal quantum number. Azimuthal quantum number. Okay. This azimuthal quantum number is also called as another name subsidiary quantum number. Subsidiary quantum number, or it is also called angular momentum. Angular momentum quantum number. Angular momentum quantum number. Okay, right. Now this azimuthal quantum number is symbolically denoted as small l. Remember, small l. How principal quantum number is denoted as n? This azimuthal quantum number is denoted as l. Okay. Now first significance, what it indicates. See, azimuthal quantum number indicates subshell to which electron enters. As I told you yesterday, first shells are subdivided to subshells, right? You have to imagine it. It is imaginary, right? Okay, therefore, subshell. First it indicates what? It indicates subshell to which electron enters. And also, second significance, it indicates the shape of subshell. Okay, shape of the subshell. It also indicates what? Shape of the subshell. See, two main important significance. The first quantum number, what you understood, it indicates anything about shell, size of shell, energy of shell. But here, subshell and shape of subshell. Please remember, students. I am once again stressing on the word shape of the subshell to which electron enters. And next, third important, the value of azimuthal quantum number L depends on the value of n, that is principal quantum number, because L can take the values. L can take the values. L can take the values from 0 to n minus 1. 0 to n minus 1. Remember, this is point to be noted. 0 to n minus 1. Okay. First they ask you have to write all these significance. What is the significance? It indicates subcell to which electron enters. And also it indicates shape of the subcell, whether spherical, okay, dumbbell or double dumbbell. Then the value of this L means azimuthal quantum number depends on the value of n, that is principal quantum number. How, sir? L can take the value from what? 0 to n minus 1. And next, we will understand what are the possible values, right? See, students, once again I am repeating before going to this. This is very, very important to be by hearted. You have to make it compulsory, because further for solving problems in especially identifying orbitals, writing electronic configuration, this is very, very essential. Okay, which is a basic for electronic configuration. Okay. Now after understanding all these what significance, now we will write possible values, students. But before that I will tell you why it is also called subsidiary quantum number or angular momentum quantum number. So it is called subsidiary quantum number because it will always take one value less than the principal quantum number. That's why subsidiary. And it is called angular momentum quantum number because with the help of this L value, means azimuthal quantum number value, we can calculate angular momentum of any electron, S, P and D electron in terms of electron cloud. Okay, that is by using formula MVR is equal to h by 2 pi, NH by 2 pi for nth orbit, nth Bohr orbit, or MVR is equal to h by 2 pi into root of L into L plus 1. That's why it is also called angular momentum quantum number. Okay, I will repeat. Angular momentum for orbit, angular momentum. For orbit angular momentum, we will use this formula. MVR is equal to mass into velocity into radius is called angular momentum. NH by 2 pi. This formula. For orbital angular momentum, orbit and orbitals are different. Orbital angular momentum. For orbital angular momentum, what can you students? MVR is equal to h by 2 pi into root of L into L plus 1. Okay, these are the formulas to be noted. Very, very important. Very, very important for CET and NEET. Remember, very, very important for CET and NEET. This is also. If they ask you calculate angular momentum giving you orbit number, that is nth orbit. If it is orbital, then you have to use this. Where you use what is the small l? Azimuthal quantum number. Okay. Right. So that's only I am going to give you now. What are the possible values of this azimuthal quantum number 1 by 1? Right? See, I will repeat, students. For orbit, you have to use this formula. MVR is equal to NH by 2 pi. Okay, and for orbital angular momentum, you have to use this formula. MVR is equal to h by 2 pi into root of L into L plus 1. Right. Now with this, now I will give you very clearly the value of L. Just I am only repeating value of L, L. What are these values? Let us see. So I told you if N is 1, okay, L is 0, and it is designated as S subcell. Okay, shape is spherical. Remember, spherical shape. N is 1, L is 0, S subcell, and it is spherical. How, sir? As I told you, L can take the value what? 0 to n minus 1 students. Okay. 0 to n minus 1 means 0. Okay, already 0 is there. N minus 1 means 1 minus 1. If the value of n is 1, automatically n is 0. If the value of n is 2, 2 minus 1, that is L value will be 1. If the value of n is 3, 3 minus 1, that is 2. Like that. Okay. Right. If n is 2, like this, L is 1, and this is designated as P sub shell. P sub shell, and here, okay, this is dumbbell shape. If n is 3, L is 2, right? D sub shell, right? Double dumbbell in shape. If n is 4, right, according to students, L is 3, then it is a F sub shell. F sub shell, which are complicated, highly complicated. We are just lying on one another, overlapping on one another. Right? This is the very important significance. These values, please remember, students. These values have to remember, which is very, very, very important for further what, finding the orbital. Right? So if L is 0, S subset. L is 1, P subset. L is 2, D subset. L is 3, F subset. And correspondingly, I told you always, value of n is 1 less than principal quantum number. That's why it is called subsidiary quantum number. Why? Because L can take the value from what? 0 to n minus 1. Please remember, 0 to n minus 1. Therefore, 1 minus 1, 0. 2 minus 1, 1. 3 minus 1, 2. 4 minus 1, 3. Accordingly, have to by heart this. Please, point to be noted. Point to be noted. Okay. Right. So that's about significance of what? Azimuthal quantum number. I'm repeating. With the help of this azimuthal quantum number, we can what? Calculate angular momentum by using formula mvr is equal to h by 2 pi into root of L into L plus 1. That is orbital angular momentum. Even orbit angular momentum mvr is equal to nh by 2 pi. Okay. So that's about the significance of both the principal as well as azimuthal quantum number. And remember, the value of L totally depends upon value of L. Right? Okay. Next, after this azimuthal quantum number, which is also called subsidiary quantum number, also called angular momentum quantum number. Okay. Now let us go for third one, magnetic quantum number. What is magnetic quantum number? Oh, the third one, magnetic quantum number. Okay, so magnetic quantum number, alright students, is given by small m. And what is the first significance, students? Magnetic quantum number m, it indicates spatial orientation. Spatial orientation of electron cloud with respect to nucleus. See, the meaning of the spatial orientation. Note it. What do you mean by spatial orientation? Spatial orientation का मतलब क्या है? अंदर एनो. Very simple. Spatial orientation means if you take first subcells, I told you initially, shell is subdivided into subshell. Now you can see very clearly, shell to subshell. Now subshells, when they are subjected to electric field and magnetic field. Please try to remember electric field and magnetic field. When you hit them, then these subshells will arrange in the three-dimensional region along x-axis, okay, y-axis and z-axis. X-axis, y-axis and z-axis. That means how this electron cloud will orient, either x-axis or y-axis or z-axis. And this type of what that is arrangement, orientation, okay. तो इलेक्ट्रॉन किस तरफ जाएगा, एक्स एक्सिस जाएगा क्या वाई एक्सिस जाएगा, नहीं तो जेड एक्सिस, किस तरफ अपना मुंह मोड़ेगा, दैट इज कॉल्ड स्पेशियल ओरिएंटेशन. ನೋಡಿ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಕ್ಲೌಡ್ ಪಿಕ್ಚರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಪೆರಿಕಲ್ ಡಂಬಲ್ ಅಂತ ಇರ್ತವೆ. ಎಸ್ ಆರ್ಬಿಟಲ್ ಸ್ಪೆರಿಕಲ್ ಯಾವ ಕಡೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಪ್ಪ, ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಸ್ ಕಡೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತಾ, ವೈ ಕಡೆನಾ, ಜೆಡ್ ಕಡೆನಾ, ಲೈಕ್ ದಟ್ spatial orientation of electron cloud with respect to nucleus, that will get in what, magnetic quantum number, that is m, which is a very very essential significance of magnetic quantum number. And importantly next, the value of m, magnetic quantum number, depends on value of n and l, both magnetic quantum number as well as azimuthal quantum number. Now, m can take the values from, okay, that is m is equal to minus L 0 plus L. And a very important point to be noted, m value minus L 0 to plus L, and number of orientations is given by okay, m is equal to 2l plus 1. Okay, orientations is given by m is equal to 2l plus 1. Where l is what? Azimuthal quantum number. So don't make confusion, students. Value you can take minus l including 0 to plus l, but orientation, possible orientation is m is equal to 2l plus 1. Okay. Now I will tell you one by one. If I write all the values, you will come to know what is possible values and what is the orientation. Right? So this is the significance of what? Magnetic quantum number. Right. Now let us go to the values of m. Okay. Values of m completely depends upon the value of n as well as l. Let us see one by one. If n is 1, you already know, students, l is 0. Okay, then automatically m is 0. And 1s orbital, 1 orientation, that is orbital. How, sir? Simple. See, m what I told you, minus l, 0 to plus l. Now substitute the value of 0, l value here. Minus 0, 0 plus 0. Can we write whether they are possible? No. Only one orientation, that is 0. That if l is 0, m is 0. That orientation m is equal to 0, we will call it as what? S orbital. Why? Because L0 means S subshell. S subshell gives rise to S orbital. That's why I told you the resultant of electric field and magnetic field. Subshells, when subjected to electric field and magnetic field, they will give rise to orbitals. Right? That's why it is very very essential and very important point to be noted. Nodi, once a subshell electric field ಮತ್ತು magnetic field struck ಆದಾಗ ಏನಾಗ್ತವೆ, resultant they are orbitals. ಅದೇ ನೋಡಿ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ orientation x ಕಡೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತಾ, y ಕಡೆ z. एक बार सबसेल को आप इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड और मैग्नेटिक फील्ड स्ट्रक किया तो क्या होगा, इलेक्ट्रॉन क्लाउड जंप होके एक्स एक्सिस जाएगा, वाई एक्सिस जाएगा, नहीं तो जेड एक्सिस की तरफ मुड़ेगा. दैट इज कॉल्ड ओरिएंटेशन. दैट ओरिएंटेशन ओनली. इफ L is 0, yes subcell. Yes subcell क्या देगा, ऑर्बिटल. Yes orbital. Definitely only one because only one orientation. -0 +0 नहीं लिख सकते, only 0 लिख सकते हैं. इसलिए क्या है, that orientation is this one. Okay. Now coming to, देखो मैं आपको क्या बोला था, 2L + 1 ओरिएंटेशन. देखो L वैल्यू अगर 0 तो क्या हो गया, 1 ओरिएंटेशन. नहीं राइट. नेक्स्ट, इफ n is 2, L is 1 डायरेक्टली लिखते हम. ओके, m वैल्यू क्या हो गया, -1 0 + 1. इसलिए लिखेगा, सब्स्टिट्यूट करो, -1 0 + 1. ओरिएंटेशन क्या है इधर, 1. 2 + 1 3. 3 ओरिएंटेशन. कौन कौन से है वो, देखो, -1 0 + 1. अगर 1 रहा तो क्या लेंगे आप, 3p ऑर्बिटल्स. 3p ऑर्बिटल्स. What are those? Px, Py, Pz. Right? Then if n is 3, L is 2, right? Then m, -2, -1, 0, +1, +2. तो क्या होगा ये, 5d orbitals. Because what we are taken here for L is 2 means d orbital. 5d orbitals. Okay? Like this. ನೋಡಿ, ಓರಿಯಂಟೇಷನ್ ಏನು, -2, -1, 0, +1, +2 ಅಂದ್ರೆ इंक्लूडिंग 0. one सारी माइनस, one सारी प्लस, इंक्लूडिंग 0 पकड़ के एक बार नेगेटिव और एक बार पॉजिटिव. देखो 5 ओरिएंटेशन से 5 ओरिएंटेशन. व्हाट आर दोस, कैसे बोलते हैं सर 5 ओरिएंटेशन बोले तो इधर सब्स्टिट्यूट करो. 2 * 2 + 1 क्या हो गया, 4 + 1 5 ऑर्बिटल. व्हाट आर दोस, दिस -2, -1, 0, +1, +2. कौन कौन से वो, देखो p ऑर्बिटल किया, क्या बोला था, px py pz. ऐसा ही इधर dx² - y², dz² dxy dyz dzx. I repeat, dx² - y² dz², okay, dxy dyz and dzx. Okay, right, these are the 5d orbitals. Remember. Okay, then last week, if n is 4, L is 3, m can take the value -3, -2, -1, 0, +1, +2, +3. कितना हो गया, पूरा मिला के 7f ऑर्बिटल. f कहां से आया सर, बिकॉज L is 3 means f ऑर्बिटल. सिंपल, राइट. सो यार देखो, ओरिएंटेशन क्या होता है, -3, -2, -1, 0, +1, +2, +3, राइट. तो इधर देखो पॉसिबल ओरिएंटेशन, 2 × 3 + 1 कितना हो गया, 6 + 1 दैट इज 7. कौन से हो 7, यही है देखो, -3 to +3, राइट. and these are 7 f orbitals which are highly complicated. They are not given any designation like that of s, p and d orbitals, right? Okay, so which is very important. Just you have to remember these values. Okay, इसको आप पक्का याद रखना, right? m0 1s, -1 0 + 1 3p orbital, -2 -1 0 + 1 + 2 5d, -3 2 + 3 7. If n is 1, S subcell, P subcell, D subcell, F subcell. Therefore, subcell gives rise to what? Orbitals. Simple. That means, stepwise, what you come to know, students? While studying principal quantum number, you come to know shell, size of shell, energy of shell, and azimuthal quantum number. That is subcell and shape of subcell. S orbitals spherical, P orbitals dangle, D orbitals double dangle. Simple. Then like this, magnetic quantum number, what it has given you the idea. Subcell when subjected to electric field and magnetic field, they will give rise to orbitals. Resultants are orbitals. These are only, they are nothing but orientations. When subcells are subjected to electric field and magnetic field, the orientation, resultant orientations are called orbitals. Remember. Okay. Right. So this is all about significance of principal quantum number, azimuthal quantum number, and magnetic quantum number. Now lastly, without wasting the time, just in 2 minutes, I will try to complete. Lastly, what is that? Spin quantum number. By understanding all this, that means by studying N, L and M, what you come to know? Okay, that is size, energy, shape of what? Electron. Even possible orientation also you come to know. Then lastly, spin quantum number. What does spin quantum number indicates? Spin quantum number is just indicated as small s. Okay, right. So what it indicates? Mainly, it indicates spin of electron with respect to nucleus and about its own axis. About its own axis. How they rotate? See, electron can spin in two directions. Electron can spin in two directions. What are those? Clockwise and anti-clockwise. Clockwise and anti-clockwise direction. Clockwise and anti-clockwise directions. Generally, if you are given like this, okay, what is from 12, 6, 3, suppose it is 3 and 9, clockwise direction, right? And anti-clockwise direction in this way. If you come in this way, okay, clockwise s is equal to plus half value and anti-clockwise s is equal to minus half value. And for this we can write it as upward arrow mark, and for this we will write it as downward arrow mark. Right? Like this, the electron can spin in clockwise and anti-clockwise directions. Right? Okay. So that's about lastly significance of spin quantum number. That's why this spin quantum number, what you come to know, students, electron can spin in two directions. That's why an orbital I am asking you, I am telling you, orbital can take only two electrons. Accommodate only. Why? Because electron can spin in only two directions, that is clockwise and anti-clockwise directions. Very, very point to be noted. That's why while writing electronic configuration, see in block diagram, what will write? One upward, one downward. That is plus half and minus half. This is only students. Why? That is due to this spin quantum numbers. Right? So that's about. Lastly, 4 quantum number today what we have discussed very, very importantly. Okay, now just lastly, I'll try to wind it up. See what we have learned, students. Today, students, significance of quantum numbers. I told you, after understanding significance of N, L, M and S, you come to know what energy of shell, size of shell by principal quantum number. Next, magnetic quantum number, what is given? Subshell, shape of subshell. Okay, and even angular momentum, how to calculate, we know. Then magnetic quantum number, whether I am subjecting to electric field or magnetic field, how the electron cloud orients in three-dimensional region, giving rise to orbitals, right? Then lastly, if all these are over, then why there is a need of spin quantum number? The spin quantum number needed because how electron revolves around the nucleus and about its own axis, only in two directions, clockwise, anti-clockwise. If it is clockwise, plus half value, anti-clockwise, minus half value, these are the spin states value. Just you have to remember while writing electronic configuration, which is very, very important. Right? So students, today it is enough. So tomorrow's class, once again I will revise all this in only one table. Possible values of N, L, M and S. Okay? So thank you and have a good day.